days we've struggled manfully from the Gaul airport to the station, eventually validated our tickets, and now we have rather a long wait for the train. It's still, in fact, something not much after 10 o'clock. And we have a long time till 12:40, where you can see the sum total of our baggage. It was heavy, believe me. We've been here 10 minutes now, and we've got the fan going, the windows open. Here's our room, Casey's on the bed, touch of disorder, nothing like it. I'm talking to myself, don't worry. To say we've been here about 10 minutes or so, and already Anne's being shown the ropes. It's just a beauty, isn't it? Just a beauty. There's the captain. It's just beautiful.
We charge. We charge for photographs and videos. Are anybody who can freely about videos.
Of course, this is the mode of land transportation. Harold's got the most magnificent crash helmet for riding this motorised vehicle. Quite splendid. There's some of our lesser neighbours. Harold's taking me to visit the barging community. All the people happily parked, or moored, I should say moored, along this part of the canal at Langren. Ignore those trucks, it's absolutely marvellous.
I have a gentleman here from Brighton. Sorry.
This is Harold doing his excellent work.
See that?
That's a lee board, is it? Okay.
Retractable keel in a sense.
Each side has one, and you winch them up and down, and you can do anything. I mean, you can sail. When you're sailing, you use them as a keel. When you're on the canal.
Motor scooter, the one you have to drive.
150 cc's of raw power.
Oh, well, this is 50 cc's.
Well, there you are.
It's fun.
We have to record that the barge isn't Harold's only form of transport. He has this lovely little run-around bike that helps him so much with all sorts of things, getting the groceries and everything else. But then to get it on board, he winches it with this home-designed winch, crane, whatever you'd like to call it. I should also repeat, this is still our first night. That's Anne lifting it. Look at that.
Remarkable, isn't it? See, when you study your physics, what happens? I should have studied physics instead of French. Well, I don't know.
No, you're not sure about that.
Now you can use the French in France, and Harold can get the motorbike.
Is that a car phone over there?
Oh God, borders.
A car phone or toys?
A what?
A car phone. Better give her a ring. I haven't rang her since I left home.
And when was that?
So only Saturday for actually, we'd have been nearly there.
Just lowered gently into position. Isn't that just it's quite brilliant? Just think how much we've learned, Anne, in one evening.
Yes, darling.
Thank you, dear. This is the critical moment. We're taking off. Our first launching of the trip. Harold's just cast off forward, I think that's what we say. And our neighbourhood pilot is getting ready to steer us. Looking back from where we came, I think there's another canal coming along. Another barge coming along the canal. That's where we're going. And I'm told it's a petit kilometre to the first lock. Then we'll see some action. Sorry about that, slight mishap. Here we go. That's the headquarters, waving goodbye to all the people.
Go ahead, they should be up.
There we see Charlotte navigating. You might just see Anne, whose job is to make sure we don't hit anything on that particular side. And Harold's having fun with his knots. Very important it is, apparently, your knots in this business. Here we are. Just gently cruising along the Marne Canal. We've been underway just a few modest moments. The thing I think that surprises me the most is how silent it is. One just can't hear the boat at all. Our host town of Langres up on the hill, unfortunately framed by the power cable. Harold has insisted we take this picture of Langres Dairies
Did not.
or Creamery. One more attempt to get Langres without those cables in the way. This is a very old fortified town. You can see by the position how well situated it is to defend. Coming up is our inaugural lock. This is going to be our first experience of going through what are going to be many, many locks before this trip's over. We're now approaching our first lock. The lock keeper went ahead on her scooter to start opening up, so now you can see she's ready for us. It's all wonderfully organised. I was a little concerned that only one side was open, but Harold assures me that it's all in hand now. The other one's gone open. So in there we go. While all this is going on, Harold is here giving signals to Charlotte that she apparently understands. That's the lady that does the locks. In for our first landing. There's the pointed end. The flag not fluttering, but still a pleasant breeze. Now Harold's going to do some nautical stuff. And looking on. And Charlotte in total control. There's the lady what winds it. She does the stuff, but the person on the bike initiates it all. Now we're opening the main gates. There's the lady doing it. Good wrist, life and limb going up and down that ladder. But to make us fast there, this concerns me because I might have to do that soon. There you can see the level to which we'll be eventually rising.
I know.
Of course, the lock's closed behind. Apparently we're going what one could call downhill. This is the high speed.
This is us. Oops, there's the battery light. I better tell Bob.
Okay. There we are. It seems to be alright, Anne.
The battery light was flashing, Bob.
Oh.
Spelled out.
Harold's waiting to leap into action to help the lady over there when we finally reach the right level.
Harold, did the lock?
I doubt it.
This is Bob.
Maybe the odd cockle.
Opening the lock on the other side to let the water out.
Oh, it's very smooth running.
This is Bob acting like a twit.
Both hands, left and right.
And there's the boat.
Still progressing along beautifully. Harold in the front, keeping an eye out. We're going to have the interesting experience soon of having passed through the next lock, of going several kilometres through a tunnel, which is full of all sorts of surprises, pleasant and unpleasant. It should be interesting. This is the last lock before the tunnel. See how wonderfully Harold gives his signals. Poetry in motion, isn't it? Harold's going to do the roping trick this time rather than clamber.
Yeah, well, Harold.
I think he wants the skipper to get closer to the edge. Here it goes now.
Good boy.
He did it first time. Every bit of applause for Harold. There's another lock under our belt. Apparently this is the highest one. Now the previous one I was wrong. This was the highest one. Now it's downhill all the way. Metaphorically speaking. This is just as you imagine it. Beautiful tree-lined canals. More than adequate. There goes the heron. Big chap. Just not too keen on us. This is just see beautiful country. Green, pleasant and so quiet. Common. They're a little bit nervous of us, but see the very well kept path that can be followed all the way. We're approaching probably our only tunnel now. There's the barrier. As I said, the traffic light's not working. We have to hope that what the lock keeper told us was correct and that we can go. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long reverse. You can see how narrow it's become now, just the width of the tunnel, no more. And Harold giving his signals. There's Charlotte, a model of concentration. She winds it up. We are now approaching the tunnel. You can see it ahead. Once we get inside it, of course, it's safer for us to stay in. Harold stays in the front giving directions, but he knows how to keep his head down. You'll see all the lights come on. What else we see or who else we see, we'll wait and see. This is where we've just passed. A masterly piece of navigation, I would have said. There's the last look at civilization as we know it. We're now making our final approach. Harold is about to go up there with the light. And then we've got a journey of some hour plus to get through, which will be a big exercise in concentration for our navigator.
Okay.
Here you can see just how narrow it is. This is our last view of Harold before he comes illuminated. Okay, there goes nothing.
Nothing like that happens.
Okay, Charlotte, I feel better.
Yeah, Charlotte's cheering us up with all sorts of splendid stories of asphyxiation and other jolly things that you would expect on any average boat. Well, Harold's going in now, and we'll follow a little later. But I'll be ordered undercover any moment now. There we go. Et maintenant, nous sommes dans le tunnel. Oops, man overboard. Now see us coming towards the end of the tunnel. We're inside the last maybe 500 meters.
Thank God.
Thank God, yes. And there it is, the metaphorical light at the end. And we're at 383, that means we've just got 130 meters. And from what we can see, it's bright and sunny, and will we enjoy it? Probably. And anxiously awaiting the end of this. Harold's done it before, he's quite happy. We can really see the outside now. I must say we really are looking forward to it because it's very chilled. It's to see the optical effect of the reflection of the water giving us that lovely oval opening. Soon be there. There's the blessed outside. I'm not sure if the camera's even picking it up because of the contrast difference. There's a little bit of activity going on outside. And here we are. So a little bit of French type activity.
Thank God.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, sunlight, warmth.
Want me to try?
No, I'm doing fine.
Oh, God, dear.
Come on.
A little bit of excitement here. Our exit was blocked by Mr. Frederick Mistral and his boat.
Tire up at the bow. There. What happened to the piece of blue rope? Is that gone?
What?
The blue rope you just bought the other day, is that gone?
This chap's still trying to get out of the way.
You have more of that.
Barloads.
Just French fishing. Look at the long pole with no reel.
How about trees?
No.
Trees?
No.
Our first lunch. Such excitement.
Sit down so I can get a picture.
Uh-oh.
Don't you want the
Chief's
salami
calling.
swaz in the
Bad that we actually moored at the side of the canal with some stakes that were beautifully driven in by, in all modesty. And don't laugh. And this is how the rich live. There she is, sorting herself out her wine. No doubt a cigarette not far away. The peace and tranquility of this lovely countryside. There's a few orchards and corn or whatever. I'm working well, I can't work out which eye to close. There, disappearing in the distance, is where we just moored for lunch, just the other side of the bridge. Just a general shot of the way the canal just keeps you enough on your toes. Harold has just explained that we're going down a long series of ascending locks and they're radar controlled so they can sense our coming. That green light, you initially get red and green, which says it's filling. Now, as you can see, it's full, so we can enter. And you can see the step that we're going down. And of course it's just the typical lockkeeper's house. Anna and I have decided this could be quite interesting because we're about the street level at the moment. And you can see where we're going to go. You see the next one down there with the red light only, which means it wouldn't be ready for us yet. You can expect to descend rather rapidly. You can see the water going out now at quite a noticeable rate. You see how far we've come now. Lady giving up the instructions. Charlotte responding. See how far down we've come now. Right. Harold was just showing us the descending bollards, you'll pardon the expression. And there's our barrier. And now they're starting to open. There we go. And a little more green and pleasant land lays before us. Isn't it splendid? There we go. Another successful one. Just going to film this part of it now where Harold lassoes the bollard and at the same time lifts the yellow pole up for 5 seconds. The blue pole, I'm sorry. And that activates the closing of the gate behind us and the emptying of the lock, which will take us down to the next level. Just like that. Hold for 5 seconds. Before we know it, we start to descend down to the next level. So it leads us into some more beautiful countryside. Looking back on the countryside that we've come through, having our first beer of the day.
And
Just finished it.
it's 2:30, I might add.
And it's 2:30. I haven't touched a drop today except for the wine at lunchtime. There's an audience. Oops, and Harold. Another lock, as you see, already opened automatically and filled for us. Farmer busy over the back there, making hay. That's Admiral Sosson giving his instructions. Same as it is the world over. And wants a picture of the bit dropping out the back. She might be unlucky. Oh, something's happening.
This is me sneaking a view of Bob doing his road trip.
evidence against me.
And you'll see when we get to a certain level, it's Bob's job to undo it. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can manage it. It's pulling the boat in closer. Checking with Harold. Closer now. And the water is just about down. I don't know if it's been told it's too long, no more. See you later.
We've reached the end of a perfect day and we've moored just here. That's where we felt like it. That was the last lock that we came through, and there's a family down there fishing and having fun too. But it's a perfect little spot, and the man's already been by to ask us what time we're leaving in the morning so the locks can be prepared. There they are. I've been told the ice is melting on my gin and tonic, so I can't stop. The end of a perfect evening, and now Charlotte's telling us she slaved away.
No, I'm saying I think maybe I had a little too much.
That's mine. Oi, madam. That's mine.
Listen,
Charlotte.
Harold and I are starting a whole new system tonight.
Do you remember? Yeah, back-to-back belly.
So unbecoming, and it would always sort
Kitchen,
of
we
frizz
just
out
had
like this.
breakfast.
You know. Finally, someone
Give you an
in
idea
college,
of
with somebody who was
what we
good
look
here,
like inside.
and she had a really good cut, not short, but
Very formal and electric. We've just started the engine to let things warm up. It looks like it's going to be another half decent day. It's a bit chill at the moment, so we're looking out over some cornfields. Bring to the devil.
Okay, Jim, would you knock it off and just drive the boat? This is Bob.
Hey, what do you want for this money?
First thing Wednesday morning, I guess it is, and he's taking us down.
Hopefully the middle of the canal.
Yes, the middle of the canal. Let me just go out here and get a bit. There you go.
That's enough. Making me nervous. I just wanted your dad to see this.
Okay.
Just taking this lock primarily because it's been decorated so beautifully. Somebody's obviously taken great pride in it. I'll be a bit jerky, I'm afraid, because I'm zooming from a long way because I have to go and do my Indian rope trick in a minute. But it is very nice. It's a lovely day again. We're still progressing apace. We're slowed down approaching this lock because we keep getting ahead of the lady that is travelling with us on her little bike. We wanted to give her a chance to fill the lock up before we got there, so we didn't have to stop. Manoeuvring gets difficult when you have to stop. There she is, still happy, happy, happy. Yes. Still on our second day. A few adventures on the way. Surviving. Show your boo-boo, Anne. That was falling out with the lock. The sluice winder flew at her and Harold. Harold's taking position as we approach yet another lock to give his hand signals, left, right, etc. This is the little village of Montigny, just typical of villages of the area, pretty quiet places, all agricultural, but it's lovely countryside. So we're starting day 3, it's the same steady, timeless progress. And you really can forget everything here, even Mr. Parazzo. Excuse me, it didn't quite focus, there we are. I've really become an expert at this lock procedure. I must get Anne to photograph the next one so that you can see me leaping into action in all modesty. Here we come again, Harold doing his signals. This apparently is a little trickier because we're coming in at a slight angle. As I said before, it's just a typical little lock house. Some of them are very nice, others are quite obviously deserted and dilapidated almost beyond repair. They all have this lovely appearance. We like it. Anne wants to buy one and move. Here we're coming in. I've got to go and stand by me bollard now. Well, this was a picture that was worth recording for posterity. Able seaman Ryan swabbing decks under the supervision of Captain Hook.
Captain Blind.
She's doing a wonderful job, seriously though. This is the day's first big excitement. This is maybe the biggest vessel we've met so far. So Harold's getting ready to repel boarders with a rope. And
Harold! What? Okay.
this isn't an easy manoeuvre. Canals aren't that wide.
Yeah.
Here he comes. He's a big chap. He's not actually giving us a whole heap of room, but he's going through. That's quite a decent size. That's the biggest we've seen. Oh yes, he's got his vehicle on the back and the whole thing. Bonjour. quite a powerful chap. Oh well. See, even with the antenna at the back for the TV, nothing like it. We should just record that in the passing of the barge, Anne got too excited and threw the broom at them, and we're now on our emergency broom for the rest of the sweeping. Oh, I think she's finally retired. I realise I'm recording rather a lot of Anne doing the washing up and things, but she will enjoy it later.
The babies know which one is their mother. Because they always, follow their mother. By the smell, I mean, to me they all look more or less alike.
That's just one of the rather fancier locked houses. The touch of art on the wall. 3 cheers for art. Very nice. Just to remind us where we were. There is a chateau here of some distinction, but you just can't see it from the canal. Received permission to stop for lunch at this splendid abode. La Rochette. So amazingly similar in construction. They look very pleasant. And each one with their own ball court. As I say, we're going to have lunch here, but the gates are being prepared in advance. There's the lady in charge, and that guy looks familiar. He was at the last one. And the gates will be opened, and then when we finish we can zip out like a greyhound out of a trap. I wasn't able to film it while I went the best angle, but this was a most impressive viaduct over which the railway goes. I was doing my piloting chores. I've been instructed to show this objet d'art which we're having for dessert, which is made up of hand-picked strawberries, blackberries, sorry, and what else?
Hand-picked, 1 hour old. Blackberries and nectarines.
Of course.
Blackberries and nectarines.
I'm having a problem with the artist. Nice working farmhouse. Look at that. Oh. And that nice little road coming down. A bit of rural France.
Don't see that in California, that's for sure.
Mexico, maybe.
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh God, Harold and I were there. Next one, we're having the bell.
Just so we know where we were.
Filming them.
This is our first passers-by for quite a while, so we have to film them.
Maybe a touch.
We're just not used to all this excitement, you see.
You're going to take Anne doing her hair?
The poor devils have to look at Anne in all her glory. That's why they're going so fast.
Yes. Oh.
What is it? English? French? English or French?
T-Trent
You're on top. Well, they have that on their one
has
Slight variation on the theme. Instead of a lock, we've this time hit a swing bridge. Another sleepy little hamlet with absolutely no sign of human habitation. Well, there's a horse. You can see that the buildings have got several summers in them. You'll see the sort of happy contrast you can get in these French villages when you look at the primitive nature of that dwelling, and then we'd settle for that anywhere. Here we come to the bridge. Barge, bonjour. This is where the local Geraldine lives.
The lapin.
C'est ça, les lapins. Harold's French is coming along, there's no question. Oh, look at this splendid little place by the river. Huh? Lean out the bedroom window and fish myself to death. The bridge on its way down. And yet another adventure bites the dust. Seeing this picture of another boat that's coming towards us because I can't wait till it gets too close, as it's my job to fend him off or estimate the distance between, etc. He's a little out of focus, isn't he? Oh well. It's the thought that counts. Just carrying on our way. Weather looks a little threatening, but next stop will be Saint-Sauveur. Here we are at the lock for Saint-Sauveur. The village is a little further on. I suspect it's somewhat different in character to the one we know. There's the folks looking after us at this lock, escorted by what it's a cross between a greyhound and a grizzly bear. At Charlotte's behest, I'm taking a picture of Harold in his working uniform of the day. It's a little cold, it's nearly down to 70, so he's wearing a very strong protective uniform. And he has also been barking at that grizzly bear we were speaking of earlier, that lived to tell the tale. There he goes, wonderful stuff, and then he leaps on board at the end of it all. And there, just off in the distance, is the village of Saint-Sauveur. Not much by which to distinguish it, no prominent church, doesn't have a chateau. As Anne points out, it probably doesn't have a Bentley's or even a Moe's Delicatessen, but there we are. I bet they're happy. Here we are, progressing along with Charlotte. There's Harold at the wheel. Hope you can see him. And we look back to Saint-Sauveur lock, where we've just come. A little concerned about her rollers, but she shouldn't worry. Take me home over there. Almost got it. Here's another boat coming, and looks as though there's a, what would you call them, a flock of some sort of waterfowl scattering as we approach. There they go, taking refuge. Very wise. Oh, no, they're coming out again. Maybe they're used to being fed. Time to shout supper at them. There's the latest ship that passes in the day. Here we are, still progressing, approaching our last two locks. It's going to be very sad when this is all over. Looks so nice that with the reflection in the water. I just got frightened by a duck. Decided to take off. There they go, French Air Force. Just two quick locks of
Harold, talk to me.
Marseille, and then that's it.
Harold, say something.
I think Charlotte wants Harold to give her a little bit of guidance, but well, there we are. Quick signal. He wants to turn left. He still wants to turn left. Here's the last lock on the canal. End of what's been a superb journey. We've got one more canal on the river, the River Saône, and then it's full steam ahead, or full diesel ahead for Auxonne, and probably dinner in Le Corbeau. Just waiting for it to fill. Not long now. Backing us up a bit before she gets ready to charge. The noise isn't coming from the boat, it's coming from the workmen over there. I wasn't sure at first. Politically correct tourist. She won't get away with that when she goes on shore, I'm positive. Now they're ready for us. So they literally swing into gear. There we are. There's no doubt this turning the handle breeds what one could only call a lot of stamina. We're ready to move ahead. There's our last house. Voilà, écluse numéro 43. Very pretty. A big farewell to our final lock on the Canal de la Marne à la Saône. We have ahead of us a long stretch before we pass through some traffic lights onto the Saône, then it's one canal and we're there. One lock and we're there. We're coming up to the bridge now. That's the bank of the Saône ahead. You'll see in the middle of the bridge there, I hope, the green light saying it's okay for us to go ahead, which we will still do with extreme caution.
Stop, passe, okay.
Our next major moment, entering the river. We'll have a last look down the canal, bid it farewell. Whoops, sorry. There it is. It's always going to be amongst the favourites. We come into the river. Looks clear. No pirate ships lurking round the bend. Ready to carry Harold and I off. There's our final lock to exit us onto the Saône proper. Maybe a little wait. First bit of excitement, we had to wait for this large barge peniche to go past. They have the right of way, unfortunately. They take for bloody ever. It's quite some accommodation, isn't it? Car. We'll go out on the top. It is a darn nuisance. Now after the long wait, we're about to enter the Saône. It's quite the longest delay we've suffered, but so we can't complain. Bigger lot than usual, so on this occasion we're sharing it with a rental. Something we wouldn't mind getting one year, but we wouldn't want that many on it. It's a little lifting. And quite the pilot.
Okay, stay to the right.
Stay to the right.
They're going to pass us, Harold. They're going to want to pass us. Let them go.
So we're on the River Saône itself.
That's why people hate rentals.
Very
They
splendid.
don't know what the hell they're doing.
Mind you, there's a little bit of fast traffic coming up behind us. Hooligans, that's what they are. Hooligans.